Have you ever sensed something was off about someone? Like an invisible weight in the air, a subtle feeling of unease, as if their presence drained the energy from the room. You can't quite explain it, but deep down, evil doesn't always arrive with a snarl or a villain's mask. It rarely announces itself. Instead, it wears a smile, speaks with charm, and often appears helpful at first. These people don't need a reason to harm you. They do it because it is their nature. They manipulate, deceive, and control, not through force but through the slow erosion of your confidence, your peace, and even your perception of reality. In Stoicism, we are taught to guard our minds and spirits, to recognize what is within our control. And one of the most important skills in life is learning to identify those who mean us harm before they get too close. Because evil is rarely obvious until it's too late. But here's the good news. Evil leaves clues. There are clear warning signs, red flags, that, if you pay attention, will reveal the truth about a person's character. Recognizing these signs can protect not just your peace but your very sense of self. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 powerful red flags that expose the toxic, manipulative individuals around you. Learn these, and you won't just avoid pain, you'll reclaim your strength. Before we dive in, if you're ready to protect your peace and elevate your mindset, consider subscribing now. Let's get into it. Red flag number 1. They constantly lie or manipulate the truth. Truth is the foundation of trust, and without it, relationships crumble. Yet, an evil person has no regard for truth. Not because they need to lie, but because they want to. Deception is not just a tool for them, it is a way of life. They lie to manipulate, to control, and to keep you uncertain, questioning what is real and what is not. At first, their lies may seem harmless. A small exaggeration here, a slight distortion there. But over time, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. One day, they tell you something with full confidence, only to deny it later when confronted. If you push back, they act offended, accusing you of misremembering, being too sensitive, or making things up. And slowly, doubt creeps in. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I'm overthinking. That's the trap. A truly malicious liar doesn't just deceive. They reshape reality. They gaslight, twisting events so that you start second-guessing your own memory, your own instincts. One moment, you are certain of the truth. The next, you are lost in a fog of confusion. This is by design. A confused mind is an easy mind to control. Now, think of the times they could have told the truth, but didn't. A moment where honesty cost them nothing, yet they still chose deception. Why? Because to them, lying is not just about avoiding trouble, it is about power. They lie to create an advantage, to test boundaries, to see how much they can get away with. They fabricate stories, twist words, and distort facts. Not because they must, but because they can. And the most unsettling part, they never feel guilt. A Stoic understands that clarity of mind is essential for a life of virtue. If someone constantly manipulates the truth, they are not just dishonest, they are dangerous. Every interaction with them becomes a game, a mental battlefield where you are left exhausted, drained, and unsure of what is real. And that is exactly what they want. But you do not have to play. If someone in your life fits this pattern, do not dismiss it as a bad habit or a minor character flaw. It is a red flag waving right in front of you. The longer you tolerate their deceit, the more control they gain over your thoughts, your emotions, and your sense of reality. So, ask yourself, are you constantly questioning your own perception around them? Do you feel uneasy, as if something is always off? If the answer is yes, step back. Protect your mind. And most importantly, trust your instincts. Because an evil person will never hand you the truth. It is up to you to see it for yourself. Red flag number 2. They love conflict. A sure sign you're dealing with an individual whose intentions are far from virtuous is their unyielding devotion to discord. while most people strive for harmony, preferring to address disputes with kindness or at least maintain a respectful distance from turmoil. These conflict-loving personalities seem magnetically drawn to chaos. Much like a moth endlessly spiraling toward a flame in their wake, they sow seeds of disharmony, quietly orchestrating the drama around them as if it were a grand theatrical production. And they delight in every performance. In the spirit of the Stoic philosophers, we learn that external events, like conflict, are often beyond our immediate control. Yet our response, our inner discipline, and our tranquility remain ours to govern. However, these conflict enthusiasts aim to dismantle precisely that sense of inner stability. They thrive on drama, feeding on the tension it creates, and stand ever ready to nurture misunderstanding. Sometimes they need no real motive, causing chaos is reason enough. The swirl of arguments, the rise in anxieties, these are their trophies, evidence of their twisted craftsmanship. Consider the subtle ways they operate, planting tiny doubts in your mind about others, or stirring up old resentments. They may feign innocence, but in truth, they're the architects of strife. Such people will whisper half-truths into the ears of mutual friends, fueling jealousy and suspicion. A passing comment here, a suggestive glance there, and soon the room is brimming with apprehension. It's not that they merely observe conflict, they orchestrate it. When gatherings take a sour turn, you'll catch that faint flicker of satisfaction on their face, a spark of triumph that reveals the enjoyment they derive from everyone else's distress. Imagine a simple family reunion. You're sharing laughter, fond memories, and good food, until this person drops a precisely timed remark that provokes tension between two relatives. Within moments, the mood shifts from warm camaraderie to silent unease. It's almost as though they've been waiting for the perfect chance to strike, meticulously planning the biggest disruption for the highest emotional impact. Meanwhile, they quietly slip into the background, watching the confusion unfold like a spectator at a tragic play. You can practically feel the wave of disharmony wash over the gathering, a stark contrast to the harmony that prevailed only moments before. A Stoic mindset teaches us that while we cannot control the storms that others unleash, we can safeguard our own minds. Yet, it's vital to note that this brand of conflict-driven individual does more than just stir the pot. They revel in the heartbreak, the tension, the fractured relationships. Outcomes that, to most of us, would be deeply unsettling. If confronted, they rarely accept responsibility. Instead, they might feign ignorance, claim they're merely trying to help, or even paint themselves as the hapless victim. I don't know why everyone else is overreacting. I was just speaking the truth. In truth, their tactics are deliberate, targeting every delicate fault line they can exploit. Perhaps the most alarming aspect of these provocateurs is their utter disregard for empathy. They see no inherent worth in harmony or human connection. Rather, they feed on the negative energy conflict provides, relishing every tear shed and every friendship weakened. To them, stirring trouble is a form of entertainment, a reminder that they wield influence over others' emotions. Through intentional drama, they seize power that ancient Stoic teachings remind us to guard zealously by maintaining our composure and our moral center. Ultimately, your best strategy is to uphold the boundaries of your inner peace. If you sense that someone in your orbit perpetually steers conversations toward confrontation, manipulates situations to pit people against each other, or exhibits a suspiciously gleeful attitude whenever tensions run high, view this as the warning it truly is. You deserve to be surrounded by individuals who value harmony, respect, and empathy, not those who relish sowing discord for the sheer thrill of watching others suffer. Protect the sanctity of your mental well-being by taking a step back and setting firm limits. The gift of life is too precious to be squandered on those who treat relationships as a stage for ceaseless strife. As the Stoics advise, we must remain vigilant, choosing what influences we allow into our circle and, when necessary, walking away from those whose pursuit of chaos can only drag us down. I know this may feel like a lot to take in. Recognizing these red flags isn't always easy, especially when emotions are involved, when you want to believe the best in someone. Understanding these signs can save you from years of pain, manipulation, and self-doubt. Evil people don't always come with a warning. They slip into your life unnoticed, chipping away at your confidence, your peace, your sense of self. But here's the truth: you don't owe your energy to those who drain you. The moment you recognize these patterns, you have a choice: to step back, to protect yourself, to reclaim your power. Even if it's difficult, even if it means walking away from someone you once trusted. Remember this: your peace is worth more than their presence. If this video resonated with you, I want to hear your thoughts. Have you ever encountered someone like this? How did you handle it? Or are you still navigating that situation? Share your story in the comments. You never know who might need to hear it. And if you're on a journey of self-growth and self-protection, make sure to subscribe. There's so much more to explore about recognizing toxic people, building resilience, and mastering your mindset. Until next time, take care of your heart, guard your mind, and always trust your instincts.